those moments that you just never, ever want to think about having to go through, and we are, I know the whole state of Nebraska and the university, and of course all the student athletes and our team and staff, and everybody feels this right to the bone. You know, you talk about brokenhearted and feeling for a family, feeling for your kids. It's all there, all the parts, and those are. This day will be stuck in time forever. The news that you just really can't connect or comprehend or understand, and then go from there. But we are deeply appreciative of the family, Sam's family, and Sam. Sam was, you know, I told our team, he just confirms in me why it's so much fun to coach, because he was really, really fun guy to be around. Very uniquely special on how he approached what he did, and so good at it, and loved it, and did it all with enthusiasm. I think Sam was universally liked and respected on our team, and there are players like that, but not often does a specialist find that way, where, you know, and he was really fun, really fun guy, and also uniquely talented. So for me, it was a thing of beauty to watch him practice. It was good. So we are, you know, in a position with, you know, just having met with our team, and you know, it was just good to see them. You know, it was just good to be around them. Many of them have dealt with this before in some fashion, some not at all. It's a really mixed bag of emotions, and of course, like I also said to him, some are teammates of Sam's, some are teammates and friends that have grown up with him. So it's pretty special. We're also really thankful for the support from the whole university. Sean and all the athletic directors were here today, and the president, Hank Bounds, was here, and Ronnie Green, new chancellor, was here with our team. It really means a lot to me. It says a lot about our place, and the resources that surround it, and the people that surround it, more importantly. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask?
What kind of support do you guys have with the players as far as counseling and things like that?
All that's wide open. That was one of the reasons we wanted to have a meeting today, to let them know that that's all available, and also, you know, there's. That's why it was also just important to see them, you know, because just making it available is one thing, but also getting to see the guys and be around them a little bit, I think is important to know how that can be, and to make sure that they're with each other right now too.
How important, Sam as a senior,
yeah.
How important is that whole group of older guys at this point, who knew him, who had grown up with him, some of them who were his high school teammates, right?
Yeah.
How important is it for them in this moment to lead?
Yeah, Sam, that is really a unique, good question. And I'm just so thankful I got to coach Sam Foltz for 1 year. You know, I would love to have done it for another year, and then watched him go on and play forever, because he would have. You know, this group, I didn't get to be with them when they came in, but knowing them now and seeing how close they are now, it's pretty neat. And so, you know, they will provide, I think that they'll be probably in some ways the most sad, but they'll provide the most strength.
You had a good outshowing of support both on social media and earlier today at the vigil. Can you just, you know, maybe comment on what you witnessed there, what it means?
Well, I just got back into town, so I didn't get to see that today. But I know that the Nebraska fans. This is always the football team here has embraced so passionately by this state that this, I know, will rock everybody in Nebraska hard. And so whatever people are showing that way, all I know is it's real, and they care. It's like I've always thought before. So this part of it is just another example. It will. It's sad. It's a heartbreaking thing, and everybody will feel it.
I know you only got to coach him a year, but do you have a favorite Sam moment or play or?
You know, I think that my favorite moments with Sam were actually in the first part of practice every day. I spend all my time almost with that group, and I love being around him, especially when we do that drill where he is practicing punting into other team's end, trying to pin somebody inside the 10. We were good at that, and we spent a lot of time with it. He was especially gifted at it, and I'd stand down there and call the yard line out where the ball was hitting, the 4 or 3 or 6 or whatever, and then I just this guy had a unique pride. They all do. Everybody does in football in some fashion. This guy was passionately proud of what he did and how he did it and how he practiced it. He loved it. And so that's where he gained that respect from all these kids, is that just the way he approached day to day. Right in that weight room every day, Sam was a well-respected guy. And, you no disrespect to any specialists anywhere in the world, but this guy was unique in that way. He was a punter that was in there just like all the other guys all the time, and made a real impact on people. Really fiercely competitive.
What kind of dialogue did you have in the meeting with the team? Players speaking, mainly you speaking to them, and what was it?
Tommy had some good things to say to the team, and for me, there's my main purpose is just seeing them as much as what I say to them. I told them it's impossible for me to say anything to make you feel better. That is not the purpose of this. It's just to be together. That's what we wanted to do. I just wanted to see them and just let them know that everybody understands their grief, and they grieve in different ways. So be patient with each person about all that.
What did Tommy say?
Well, Sam, he just kind of summed up a lot of things about staying together, being a team, gathering some guys over at his place. Really good stuff. Some of the things I think were the main reason for having this meeting as quickly as we could is to get everybody together so they weren't off by themselves and us not knowing how they were doing.
How much did Sam just really define what Nebraska was all about? He was a farm kid,
Yeah.
A walk-on, 4-sport athlete in high school. He just kind of was the definition of what a Nebraska player is from the in-state.
I don't think I'll get this exactly right, but I think that his introduction on the scoreboard before the games, where he introduced the starters, and Sam Foltz, small town USA, Greeley, Nebraska. That's him, right? He's proud of it. He was really proud of it. He was really proud of being a Nebraska football player. Another great confirmation for me and why it's so much fun to coach here is the passion that guys like Sam have for this place, and it just shows they just loved it. He loved being every bit a part of it, and he was a great example of it, of one of those guys that came, earned his spot, and was really good. I mean, this guy's really good now. He was really good, and I've had, 3 or 4 punters make it to the NFL, and this guy's really good.
Have you, in your coaching career, experienced something like this, either at the pro or the collegiate level?
Yeah, we lost a player at Oregon State, and it's like I said, the phone calls are stuck in time. I mean, just in your mind. I mean, they are vivid. That last one was from DVD. Player Fred Thompson from Oakland Tech had a heart attack on the student rec center basketball court, playing basketball with a bunch of our teammen. And I was on the road recruiting.
what you recall about that experience, and what can you borrow from it?
No, it's really, one thing is it's just such a deja vu of the shock, kind of the surreal, the not connecting, the realness, you know, initially. And then going through it with a team is probably the biggest thing of how that went. And as we mentioned earlier, getting the support that they need, and then going through that whole process, and I DVD, and I got the phone call from him, and we had talked, I don't know, just through the years, how that was an experience we never ever wanted again.
We had a chance to talk with Drew. I know he was with
Yeah.
Sam in the other car out in Wisconsin.
Drew was my first contact today, so I've talked to him numerous times today, and he's on his way back. Well, thank you all. Appreciate you being here.